Upcoming project now for next week. We're going to start with this gorgeous old table. Yellow wood top, iron wood legs. The customer wants us to remove the legs and replace it with metal. We're going to do some serious metal work on this table. The whole leg system will be all metal. We will keep the skirts under the tabletop. We're going to taper the legs. That will be a first for me, quite a challenge. I love challenges. So just to explain how we're going to taper these legs, we're going to mark 150 millimeters from the top down, like as it would have been a normal wooden leg. You keep a square piece on top. The total length of the leg, we're going to cut it here. Measure 20 millimeters in, measure 20 millimeters in, and then from 20 to 0, 20 to 0. On all four sides we're going to cut these corners out. We're going to close them up, weld them up, grind them, weld it again, grind it again until it's a beautiful joint. I've marked it out now. As you can see, my lines there. And on this side, so that's the corner we're going to cut out. We're going to use a grinder with a very thin 1mm disc to cut. I could have taken this to engineering shop to have it cut with a laser or with a CNC plasma. But I don't know if you've seen what happens when you cut something like this. They actually flare open like a flower. I'll try to put in a picture once we've cut this one, and then I'll show you. So we start off with 100 millimeters on top, and we end up at the 60 millimeters on the bottom. So that's what I mean by they really flare open like a flower. So if that thing shoots open and damages somebody's laser or CNC, I don't think I'll be able to afford that. I'll cut the rest and show you then. So guys, this is what I meant by it opens like a flower. My friend Conrad hard at work. He's the welder, I'm the grinder. We've got fans running for the fumes. And remember, always have a fire extinguisher close when you weld in a wood shop. Here we are guys, that's the legs. And that's the basic frame. Not done yet, lots of grinding, lots of finishing to do. But I just put it on the old base just to make sure of my dimensions. What we've done is this short end is all together, and the same on the other side, and the two long rails will be screwed to those legs with what we call riv nuts. I will show you how we install them. I just welded some tabs on them. Sorry for the welding. So this is gonna bolt to the legs, and those is one solid piece. Good morning guys, it's time to start on the tabletop. The legs are done. It's by my buddy Conrad. He's just doing some final finishes on the corners, then we'll bring it back and we'll do the rest of the metal frame. I'm gonna start tidying up this top. It's a beautiful yellow wood top. Wood is a bit thin, 22 millimeters thick, and then they just double that up with a border right around. What I want to show you is why did the cracks happen. There's hundreds of videos on YouTube of why these cracks are there. The wood didn't have space to expand, swell and contract. This happens during seasonal changes, also when it's humid conditions. It was glued on this side, it was glued on this side, and that's where the crack happened. The wood didn't have anywhere to go. So, see if we can fix that. On the other side is a better example. You can see the light shining through this one. Really a bad crack. So I'm going to put my money on there's glue on this side, there's glue on this side somewhere, and this didn't have anywhere to go. So I'm going to try and remove this one as well. I was lucky with the other one, it came off. Then I'm just going to glue the center board. Going to elongate the holes, the screw holes a little bit, and screw them, but not all the way down, so that the wood still have a little bit of space to move. And that should give it some chance of moving over time. Then we're going to flip it over and start the sanding process. Lots of swirl marks on the other side. I'll show you the swirl marks and I'll explain why the swirl marks are there. As expected, guys, there's the glue. On this side it was glued, and that's why it opened on this side. So we're going to try and fix it quickly. I'm just going to glue it, clamp it, sand it and refit it. Guys, the top is still in the clamps. I'll probably remove it a bit later and start reassembling that again. But first I have to clean up this mess. It's a horrible mess. The fine dust shavings from welding and grinding is horrible. It's all over the place. Everything must be cleaned first. And I remember why I don't like metalworking so much. As you can see here on the table, it's lying a nice project that my buddy Henny made for us. One for me, one for my buddy Kunrad, to store our sanding discs in, and also one to store our sanding sheets in. My buddy Henny, that man is a genius on a CNC. I also have a CNC, but I'm not even a patch to that man's genius. Thank you Henny very much. For now I'm done with the table. I'll continue later with that. I must first clean up this mess. And there's the demon dog Lexi. Naughty, naughty dog. So guys, for this week we didn't do too much woodwork. Lots of metal work. I enjoyed it, it's quite a challenge. Next week hopefully we'll return to some proper woodwork, do some fine woodworking again. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of woodwork, a little bit of variety in the videos. Please comment, subscribe, tell us what you think. Thank you very much. So guys, tidy up the workshop, everything is neat and tidy again. The metal dust that we worked with this whole week, it's horrible stuff. Really, if you worked with metal, clean every surface. This stuff goes into everything. Motors, bearings, surfaces. I used compressed air, blown everything clean, wiped it, and then blown the whole workshop clean, just to make sure we get most of it out. I will not start using any woodwork equipment until I gave it another clean, made sure it's very, very clean. So for next week, we're going to send in the legs for powder coating. Then we'll finish, me and Kunrad will finish the top, attach the skirts to the top, and this whole dining room table will be like a flat pack, because it's going down to Cape Town, our coastal region. Much more humid there, and that's why I changed the ends of the table a bit, just to give it a chance to survive that side. So let's see how next week is going to go. Thank you very much.